Hello everyone, welcome to my video again. And as you already know, advent of cyber and event from TryHackMe is going on. It has started yesterday and today is the day 2. And yeah, so they released a new challenge today, so day 2 challenge is there. And if you haven't seen the first, like the day 1 video, you can check it out. How was that one and what was that about? The day 1 was quite interesting with some basic topic, and today is the day 2, and let's go to the day 2 and see what is there. So this is the day 2 actually. So we did the day 1 yesterday. The task 6 was the day 1, so we did that yesterday on the, and I have uploaded the video already, and this is like the day 2. And for the day 2, if we see the first, they give us a story. I didn't find this story that important because the challenges of the day 2 is not that much depend on the story, so it's not based on the story. It's more like based on the learning objectives and based on like HTTPS, how the web works, how the cookies works, how you can temper a cookie, about those stuff. So if you see the learning objective is the first one is about like how the web works, then how the cookie works and the purpose of the cookie, and the last one is like the manipulation of the cookie, how you can temper a cookie and use for any malicious thing, or for taking over another account or anything like that. So first about the HTTP, so we already know HTTP. About the HTTP is like hypertext transfer protocol. So it's a protocol for the computer and the web server to communicate with each other. And the important thing is the get method. So whenever a computer or a web browser try to fetch a data or retrieve a data from the web server, so it use the get method. And get method works in a way, and another thing, when sending data to a web server, is common to use the post method. So get method and the post method for the sending to a data to the web, and when web response with the get method. So get method works like this actually. So example of the get request. So this is a get request and example of the get response. So when the response is successfully, the status code is 200. So when you can see the status code is 200, that means that was the code was the successful, not the code, I'm sorry, the response was successful. And so I recommend you to read through all of this, so it will make sense and you will understand more better. Then let's go to the cookies. So about the cookie is, uh, so we know why the cookies are used. Cookies are used to personalize your feedback, your feed. So let's say HTTP is a stateless protocol. So when you send a request to a web server, the server cannot distinguish your request from someone else's request. To solve the stateless problem and identify different user and access levels, the web server will assign cookies to create and manage a stateful session between client and server. So yeah, that's the main point of the cookie. So cookie create create a stateful session between a client and a server. Let's say when you log into your Amazon account first time with your browser, you put your email and password and everything. Then when you come when you close the browser, so for within a certain period of time, you if you come back again and log into your Amazon account, you don't need to put your email and password because already there is a cookie set, and from that cookie they know that you came back and it's you, and you are logging to your Amazon account. So that's how actually cookie works. And this image shows you how the cookie works, how first the initial request goes to the server, then server responds with the HTTP 200 OK request. There is a 200, that means that's the status was successful. And if we use burp suit and we intercept wire data, then we can understand more better, because with the burp suit we can intercept any website or any request, and we can see like how what's going on. We can see all the HTML contents and everything. Let's say about this example of response, we can see what was the server name, what was the status code, what was the date and everything, and the content length. And so yeah, with the burp suit we can understand more. So this is very basic and very beginner concepts, but I think the further challenges are based on that one. So these are like very important as well. So if you don't know how these things works, you cannot go to the further challenges of the event. So this is actually important. And so we talked about the cookie. So the cookie component, so there are like 11 kinds of cookie component, but the most two common components are name and the value, and they are like the paired component. So the name is always paired with the value, and the value is always paired with the name. So these two components we need to remember, name and the value. And if we look at an example, let's see if there is an example. Let's see this one. So there is a first name, there's a cookie name, and the name value of this name is like John. So this is a cookie and this is a pair of cookie. So this is the cookie name, and this cookie name's value is the John. So this is a pair of cookie. So that's how cookies are saved, and this format is called JSON format. And yeah, that's all about. So I recommend again to read all these things, so this will make more sense to you, and you will know the basic of the things. Let's get into the challenge straight. I have already solved them, but yeah, it was, as I already said, it was very basic concepts for the very beginner. But still, these are important because I believe, and I'm expecting the further challenges that will be like based on this stuff. So if you know this stuff, that will be more helpful for the further challenges and the rest of the event. So the first was, they said like the open the static site in a new tab. So okay, let's go. So we can see this is a site, best festival monitoring site, and we can put there is a form, so we can put email and password and then login, and if we don't have an account, we can sign up. Let's say what's the first question. So first question is, what is the name of the let me zoom in first. Okay, so you can see now, what is the name of the new cookie that was created for your account. So let's say we don't have any account and we will create one. So let's go to the sign up, and before we signing up, we will go to inspect, and we will go to our cookie. So you know how to open the inspect and go to this application thing, and this is the cookies section. So we can see this is the site, and there is no cookie already set for this site. So the question was, what will be the cookie if we create an account? That means there will be any they will save a cookie here, and that cookie, we need the name of that cookie. So let's create an account. Let's say we will uh, give name, like, let's what can we say? Okay, let's put my last name, and we will set a password 12345, and we will put an email just to check it. So I'm putting like my last name @gmail.com. So with this one, when we press, look at this here first, this is the cookie section, and the cookie, you can see there is no cookie saved here. So when we press on the create account, and it's go the Chrome is warning for the password because it's a weak password. Anyway, just ignore it. Okay, so what we got, you don't have permission to register an account currently, please contact an administrator for more assistance. Okay, that's fine, no problem. But we can see what was our goal, to get a cookie name from here, and we can see when we create an account, though the account wasn't created successfully, but there is a cookie already set here, and the name of the cookie is user auth, and there is a value as well. So if we go to the challenge, and the question was, what is the name of the new cookie was created for your account. So the name was for the cookie is user auth, so this is the user auth here. Then they are asking what encoding type was used for the cookie value. If we look into the cookie value, it looks like an here the cookie value, so it looked like an hexadecimal, and I tried hexadecimal and it worked, so it was a hexadecimal value actually. So, and if you are not sure like what kind of value it is, there is a tool, GitHub tool called CyberChef. So if you go to there, let's go to the CyberChef. So if you go to the CyberChef, and if you just put as an input and paste it here, and if you see this magic button, so this magic button says like the tool CyberChef already recognized this one as a hexadecimal, because it already says like the from hexa. So if we click on this, so this is like the automated things. So this is the best thing about the CyberChef, because this can analyze the text or the numbers, and they can like understand like what kind of encoder or decoder is used for the thing. So it is like from hex, this means it's a hexadecimal value, and if we go here, so hexadecimal, that's a good one. And when we decode it, After decoding it, if you can see here, you see how, so this is our cookie value here. So this was the cookie name, and the cookie value we copied it from here, and when we decoded it, this became like this. And if you see, this is the cookie value, like the cookie name is the company and the value is this one, and this format is like a JSON format. We already know, we saw here in this here. So this was a JSON format, I already told you, and this is like this. And the question is about what object format is the data of the cookie stored in. So we already know it's a JSON, so it was JSON, because the format we are looking is like a JSON format, so it's a JSON. Okay, let's go to the next. So the next section was the main section, because this is important, and there was the main goal of the whole challenge. So this is like saying like manipulate the cookie and bypass the login portal. What is the value of the administrator cookie? Username equal to admin. Okay, so they are saying what is the value of the administrator cookie, username equals. So what they're saying, so when we decoded this thing, we see like the company name is the best festival company, each registered is equals to true, and the username equals to, we set the my last name. So instead of my last name, this time we have to use admin. So what we are doing, actually we are tempering the cookie. So the value of the cookie, we are changing it, and we are changing to we are changing we are changing it to admin instead of my last name. So let me copy this one first, and I will paste it here, and I will put the instead of my last name I will put admin, because they are saying they're saying what is the value of the administrator cookie, and username we should use the admin. So instead of my name I'm using the username admin, and now we will encode this to the hexadecimal again and see how this works. So this was from hex, we will delete this one, and we will bring like two hex, because we are converting to hexadecimal value, and we will put like no space. So after doing this, we can see the value of this one with the username admin, we got this value. So let's go, we'll copy this one, and we will put it into the in the value section. So we will change the value, and we will paste the value with the new value with the username admin. So if we do that, and if we already did that, and if we hit enter, it will be saved. And if we reload the page, here we can see it's already got changed. See, something is wrong, or why it's acting like that, I don't know, but yeah, so this thing is changed. This means we complete I think, let's change this one here like this. I don't know what's going on, is something wrong or what. I don't know why it's acting like this, weird. Anyway, so we actually did that, but I don't know why it's acting weird, but it didn't acted weird like this. So yeah, okay, so we got the what is the value of the administrator cookie. So the value of the administrator cookie is this one, because when we put the username admin, we got the cookie value this one. So this is the administrator cookie value. So if we put this one, this will be the correct answer. Then it says what team environment is not responding. So they said what team environment is not responding. So if we go to this side, and if we see the HR, this is a red mark status, that means this is not responding. So the answer will be HR. So the answer is HR. And then the question was what team environment has a network warning. So network warning means the yellow one, this was the application, and the answer was application. So that was the like a very basic concept and very basic challenge for this one, for just tempering the cookie and gaining access of the admin, and seeing the like what is not responding and what was a network warning and these stuffs. So yeah, that's what it was all about, like the day 2 challenge. It was very basic, I'm saying again, but I guess the further challenges would be based on this one. So these are very important, and we need to learn these stuffs, and we need to clear the concept how these things work, so we can go to the next days and solve the problems. I hope you find this video enjoyable and you learn something. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I will, as I said, I will cover the whole 25 days. So yeah, I'll be uploading videos in each days, and I will solve each day's problem and show you how to do this, and I will explain a little bit about the contents and the stuffs and about the learning objectives as well. So I'll basically show up like how I am approaching to the challenges and how I solve the challenges. So that's all, and make sure to like the video and subscribe. See you on next video. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.